Alright guys, welcome back to Laser Podcast. Wait, no, you know it's a podcast. You haven't, you set the camera down. Right, yeah, okay. Welcome, okay. Welcome back to the Laser Sloth Podcast. I'm your host, Laser Sloth, and thanks for the 1,000 subscribers, guys. Yeah, 1,000 subscribers special. Today, I want to do a food review, because that's what people wanted. That's what I saw people wanted. So here we go. We have a food review of a few different places today. We have fresh tangerine and banana, and then we also have our main dish, eggs. Alright, so let's just get right into it, right? Let's start off with the smaller things. I would like to talk first about the plating. The plating is not very well done. And there's some very obvious things you can do here, right? You can split up the tangerine into its slices and kind of arrange them so they're more spread out. And it's a lot more artistic. I don't know why they didn't go for it. Maybe the plater is new. Maybe you can send them this video and give them some tips on how to improve the plating. You can do this very similar thing with the banana. You can cut it into pieces and then just lay them out. Let me give it to this. Oh, there's only 2 slices here. Well, that's okay. I can still show the idea. Here. You see the vision? Like you can kind of spiral them. I've never used a camera in my life. You can kind of spiral them out, and I think that would be a much better presentation. Don't you agree? So yeah. So that's one thing you can do for plating. But let's go ahead and get right in to, of course, the food. So, and first off, the taste. The taste, very citrusy, and I think that's good. I think it's very sweet, and I like it. So that's the taste. The texture, it's not like we focus so much. I mean, us food critics, we focus so much on like meat and carbs and on vegetables, but we don't really talk too much about fruits. As a food critic myself, I definitely know what I'm talking about. So I stopped recording. As a food critic myself, I definitely know how to record food critic episodes. So I don't ever pause. That's a I don't ever prematurely stop recording. That's a very amateur move. So that didn't happen. The texture, like I was talking about, we talked about like meats and stuff and like vegetables. We don't really do fruits much, and I think there's a lot of texture in fruits that we don't really explore. So like the texture, you can't call it like with meat, it's like tough and chewy, and with like vegetables, it's like very crisp and snappy. But with this, it's like it's not either of those. It's kind of like you can just kind of chew it, and like it kind of just like breaks apart really easily, which is a very unique texture. We don't really get a texture like that very often, so I like it. I like feeling the individual packets of gushy goodness of the this is why I'm falling off as a food critic. I can't remember these things. Juice. The individual packets of juice, you can feel them with your tongue. It's so good. The chef did a good job of choosing the ingredients today. That's what I want to say. Next, I want to talk about, let's dive right into the banana. Again, they missed an opportunity of just cutting it into slices and kind of spreading them out as a display. I think that's something that I can talk about back in the back of the kitchen. So let's go ahead and talk about. Yeah. Oh, this brings me back. This brings me back to eating a very vivid memory of my childhood. Me and my dad on the porch of the house, vibrant sunshine, eating ice cream together, eating banana-flavored ice cream. This really brings me back to that feeling of eating banana-flavored ice cream on the porch of my dad. That's good food. The best food makes you remember things. My dad left me now. Anyways, texture of the banana. Again, it's a very unique texture compared to like meat and vegetables and stuff. It's much more mushy than the tangerine, but it's mushy. And then sensation. Yeah, syrups and that. Okay. And then finally, of course, we have the main dish, the eggs. Okay. Should I center myself? There, sure. Yeah, whatever. Okay. The eggs. I'm at an angle now. Okay. The eggs. I'd like to, of course, start off with the presentation. The presentation is very circular, which is something that we don't see very often as food critics. I definitely know what I'm talking about. I'm a very licensed, experienced food critic. Saying that, it's very circular. And, yeah. You'll notice also, it's not centered on the plate, which I think is an artistic decision made by the platers, because if it was just middle, that's boring. But if it's off-centered a little bit, it gives it character, it gives it uniqueness. I like that touch. I think the platers did a good job with this dish. They did a bad job with the fruits. I think they did a good job with this. Of course, there's no sauces or anything. There's no layering, but there's not much to layer. You can maybe argue that you should, cut out the circle, but again, that's taking away from the circle. We don't see many circles, so I like the circle. So let's go ahead and it's a little bit hard to cut with the fork. Let me get zoom in. It's a little bit hard. Oh, that was all right, but like here, there's more of that gray carbonization. I think carbonization of the eggs. It's a little bit harder. To cut. But I think that's nice. There's variation, right? I got some thin spots, and there's some thicker spots, and some carbonization. So that messes up a little with the texture. That adds some variance with the texture. So, yeah. With that being said, let's dive in and see what I'm talking about. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. Now, it's cold. That took too long. It's cold. It's juicy, which is not something I think about typically when I think of eggs, actually. I don't think eggs are juicy, so they did a good job with that. It's a very unique thing in all my years of food critiquing, sorry. I don't think about juicy eggs. What the fuck am I talking about? Taste. Let me get another bite. Sorry, that's bad manners. I was putting my arm up. And then maybe I don't know how to describe. I don't know how to describe taste. I got nothing. I got nothing, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I don't know. You'll just have to try it yourself. Yeah. Texture. I am getting that. It varies. I was right about the carbonization, but there's also in that one bite I just took. Hold on. Excuse me. Okay. That one bite I just took, there's a little bit of lumpiness. It was a little bit hard to chew in some spots, which I think is a very nice touch. I think that the not the variance in texture is very unique. Welcome to that. Unique, and it makes me happy because it's not just the same thing over and over again. There's little, pockets of nice lumpiness I can stumble upon. And then that's all I got. Alright guys, that was the food review for today's breakfast. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.